Hi, welcome back to Acupressure, Acupuncture 101. I am so grateful that my video yesterday was so well received, and so many of you are looking for self-care at the moment, including myself. And I just am so grateful that this is the medicine that I practice. This complementary, integrative, esoteric, beautiful medicine. And it's so awesome that I get to share it with you. So today I chose a point on the chest, and it's on an extraordinary meridian line called the conception vessel. And the conception vessel is extraordinary because it begins in utero. It begins on the first cellular division. It's an extraordinary meridian that kind of tells everything else where to go. It ties us back to when you were being formed. There was no map. Your right arm knew to grow on the right side of your body. The left leg knew to grow on the left side of your body. Your organ systems knew where to go. You had no conscious thought. You didn't stop it from happening. It just knew. And that's the beauty of being human. It's the knowingness. Our body knows how to heal itself. It's the mind that gets in the way. So the conception vessel, which is kind of interesting because we call it the CV line. And then I thought, how oddly coincidental, COVID, CV17 is the point that I chose. And it's known as the chest center. And the conception vessel, the energy that runs through this center starts in the uterus of a woman, and it starts in the perineum, or the pelvic floor of a man, and it moves upward. It comes through the center line, through the belly button, which was our first cord for life in our mother's womb. It comes up through the chest and it rises to the eyes. The conception vessel 17th point is also what we call the mu point of the pericardium. And that's where the pericardium, the energy of the pericardium, comes together. And when you think about the pericardium in Western medicine, it is the heart protector. And it's something that we're all struggling with right now. How do we protect our hearts, our emotional hearts? You know, we're sitting in so much fear and so much ungroundedness and so much unsettling every single day. How do we get back to our center? How do we get back? How do we pull that Shen, the spirit of the heart that shines from our eyes, back into the gilded cage that we call our heart? So as I was on my run this morning, I was thinking about, we're all wearing masks and these masks are covering our faces. So we can't smile at each other. We can't communicate by way of our mouths. We can only communicate by way of our eyes. And it made me realize and really think about the spirit of the heart, the Shen of the heart shines from the eyes. So I thought, instead of thinking about these masks as something fearful or scary and a way that we can't communicate, how about we communicate with each other through our eyes? Because when you look at someone, even when you look in the mirror, you can see whether or not There's a light shining in there. You can see fear. You can see anger. You can see love. You can see rage. So how about we connect with each other and even with ourselves, shining brightly through the eyes. So this particular point also helps with taking a deep breath. It also helps dissipate some of that feeling of congestion and tightness in the chest. So if you place one finger at the top of the sternum and one finger down below the xiphoid process, which is that kind of spiky bone that sits down there, and you come halfway and you press in there, right along the sternum, you may feel some tenderness. Again, clockwise, counterclockwise, you can tap it, give it some energy, break up some of that stagnation. You know, right below it, it feeds into the diaphragm. And so many of us right now are stuck in our breath. This is the breath of fear. What happens when you get scared? Your breath stays here. And that is where the sympathetic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, the nervous system that you cannot control, that you have no voluntary control over, is the space of fight, flight, or freeze. But if you use your breath, combined with holding this point, and moving this point, and moving the energy through this point, you can actually start to move some of that stuck energy that's in here. Get your lungs to flow. Get the light to shine from your eyes, the hopefulness. So maybe you can get to a mirror, look into your own eyes, see what energy is flowing from there, and dissipate. We are all in this together. And maybe the next time you see someone with a mask on, maybe you give them a wink. Maybe you give them a big eyes, maybe a little flutter. Because you can't give them a smile, they won't see it. I hope this helps you today. It's certainly helping me. And like we say in yoga, namaste, right? The light in me sees the light in you. The beauty in me sees the beauty in you. And what can we see in each other? And what shines from here? Have a beautiful day.